Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another one. This is the 2024 Thanksgiving special. What are we doing, Josh?
We've got five, animated turkeys. And I got talking to Ty last night. We're going to shoot one of them with a 3.5 inch Longbeard XR as a standard control, so we know how well those do. And then we've picked two hand loads apiece, two of our personal favorite turkey loads, anyways. For the other ones, we're going to see how they compare to this. If they do at least as good, I'm not speculating they're going to do better than the Longbeard, but as long as they do at least equally as well as this, I'll be happy.
I think the ones I have might come close. The one for the 835, we don't know it does well. Josh will explain that whenever we get to it. That's his own creation.
Yeah. And the 20 gauge, I've got a 20 gauge load as well for my
Yes.
Noble. And it is also my own creation, but they're close to it.
Yeah. It's a 3-inch recipe, but you don't need a 3-inch haul for it. We'll
No.
touch on that whenever we get to it, but uh, we also have some 22 right here, Stingers, with my, what is this? Remington 572 Fieldmaster. We're going to see who can make the better group on one of these turkey targets down there just for fun. And we might throw in some other stuff too, but you want to shoot some turkey paper now?
Yeah.
Me too.
Sounds like fun.
Restart that.
Huh?
That was a mess. Restart that.
I am. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to another one. We finally got the 835 back out to the range with a Kick 680 GT choke in it. Uh, we're going to be shooting a 3.5 inch Longbeard XR for a control at this purple hatted Tom down here. I guess I'll sit down and we'll see where it goes.
And no, we ain't fixed the gun yet.
Not at all, but
So,
we needed.
it might not fire.
But we needed a 3.5 inch 12 today, so.
Yeah, we have another one, but well, two more, but still.
But they're brutal. They're singles.
Yeah, we wanted something we know patterns really, really well, and this combo is really hard to beat. That gun and that choke. The 835 was misfiring too much, so we kind of stopped using it for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm ready when you are.
I'm hoping this is one of them clauses that fixed or problems that fixed itself.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Well,
take that, Mr. Turkey.
We'll find out. I have some nacho turkey, so we can just mag dump for fun. I don't see anything from here that's about 25 yards out.
Okay, I've got to walk up there and look.
Yeah, let's go take a look at it. You know what? That wasn't even that loud for a 3.5.
They didn't have no recoil neither.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
But alrighty, guys. As you can see, we've got. I'll put it this way. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 of them number 6 pellets outside of that paper at roughly 25 yards.
22, 23 in the blue.
Oh, my bad, 23.
Yeah. There's only 23 pellets outside of it.
The rest of them's right here in this friggin' little piece of poster board. I think take a quick glance at the back of it.
Oh, boy. I'm going to try to show you the back of this. Now, I can't really...
Okay.
This came from a middle school, so I'm not going to, I might have to do this with the camera a little bit.
But this was the partition between the ISS things. There's a bunch of weird...
There's stuff on it that should not be there, and we don't want to show it, but there's the pattern for you guys, roughly.
Okay, just hold it still a second. They can't see it.
Yeah,
Good.
They can.
Good to go.
Alright, guys. Obviously, I'm going to choose a 10 gauge, so I have my Browning BPS 10 here. And what I have for my first one, anyway, is a brand new 3.5-inch Remington 10 gauge haul with a Winchester 209, 43 grains of little gun, a TPS wad, 4 pedal, 3/4 cut, 1/4 inch of felt, 1.25 ounces of copper plated number 6 shot, and then 1.25 ounces of copper plated 4s. So this is a duplex, and it is a 2.5 ounce load, and it does have buffer. So let's see what it does out of this Browning BPS 10 with a Indian Creek 690 choke. This gun's a little bit rusty.
It ain't been out in a while neither.
Huh?
I said it ain't been out in a while neither.
No.
We've been playing with a lot of the singles when it comes to the 10s here lately.
Yeah.
We've got a plethora of them though.
You ready?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. I see the wad. It is right underneath the patterning board. Yeah. I got gas in my eye. It burns. Here you go. Show the haul if you want to. It looks fine.
I didn't show the Longbeard, but I'm sure you all have seen plenty of them if you play with your shotguns even remotely.
Yeah, it's a factory load.
I don't know why, but I like the Remington Peters head stamp.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Which got both names on it. But other than that, the haul looks fine, guys. Let's go check out this pattern. Focus. There we are.
So, we knew the Longbeard was going to be really tough to beat. My pattern is not that much bigger than the Longbeard, to be honest. Now, it does have a few more flyers, and obviously I did shoot a little bit left, but still centered up. Not centered up, but, elevation is, could be better, but not bad. Pattern is in a circle about that big. If we take a look at the back of it, though.
So I'm going to pull both of them turkeys off here in a second so we can get an unobstructed view of it.
You can see, obviously, the Longbeard has a bit tighter of a core. Not much, but a little bit tighter core. And the pattern overall is maybe 20% bigger.
Yeah. There's the 10 gauge pellet count's way up though.
Yeah, that's 2.5 ounces of 6s and 4s versus just 2 ounces of, what were those, 5s?
6s?
6s. I like the colored hats and stuff.
Yeah. My wife drew them for me, and she's nice enough to do that, so I was nice enough I colored them.
Turns out those Longbeards were 4s, not 6s. He has the 6-shot Longbeards.
Yes. And up next is one of my favorite spicy little loads. This is my own personal hand load. It's not loaded like anything you all have probably ever heard of other than on this channel. But the load goes as following: is 34 grains of blue dot and X12X with a 1/4 inch fiber cushion wad, 1 1/8 ounce of copper plated number 4s, another 1/4 inch fiber cushion wad separating that shot column from a 1 1/8 ounce of copper plated 6s. The 4s are on the bottom, so 6s are on top. The bigger shot bottom, smaller shot top. That's backwards of factory duplexes. Factory duplex do smaller shot bottom, bigger shot top. Other than that, that's it.
It has buffer in both payloads too.
I guess so. I forgot about doing that. But anyways, 3.5 inch 12, conventionally loaded.
Out of the 10 gauge.
Essentially, yes.
No, I meant shoot it out of the 10 gauge.
Oh, shoot it out of the 10
No,
gauge?
I wouldn't do that.
I don't plan
It's
on
safe, but
I mean, it's essentially a 10 gauge load. It's freaking 2 1/4 ounces.
yeah, it's just that
See,
might hurt the pattern. It's safe to do 12 smaller.
I've played around. You can take this exact configuration, minus a little bit of fiber cushion height in the middle, and do it with a 1 1/4 each instead of an 1 1/8 each, and you come out with a 2.5 ounce load. It's a 1/4 ounce away from top tier 12s.
Yep, but you got to use a steel little gun for that one.
Yep. But let's see how this one does. I'm going to shoot that old blue turkey down there. I was going to save it for the 20 gauge because 20 gauges are sad, kind of blue, but oh well. I ain't changing it now.
You want to explain why we're going to say blue for 20 gauge?
Because 20 gauge is sad.
Yeah. Not really. We like 20 gauge, but
Oh, I've got my favorite 20 gauge out today, actually.
compared to what we're shooting, yes, the 20 gauge is going to be sad by comparison.
Then again, though, I've shot these loads before. The ones we're shooting. There's a reason why we picked our favorites.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good one.
All of them are going to be good. It's just we're trying to stand up for the Longbeards. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Alrighty. Ah, got his gobbly butt.
That was a nice deep boom. Blue dot.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I got to replace the extractor too.
I swear these things turn to junk after 8,000-9,000 rounds of heavy magnums.
Probably not quite that many. We've put for sure about 2,000 rounds through that. And it's an early 90s model. Who knows how many rounds that gun has
There's
in it.
been
But it
more
needs
than
a
that
few
put
replaced
through it.
parts.
More than that put through it for sure. I've put probably that much through it in just stupid loads.
The extractor in it, I don't know if I can get this on camera or not. I'll try. The extractor in it is so weak you can pull it without any effort at all. And that hull's not really stuck Let me find something to poke it out with. There we
I
go.
got you. That's one thing about the 10 gauge bore. Let me put some hair around that, I guess, so I can hit it.
All right. Hall's out. I dropped it. As you can see, hopefully, will you see if it's in focus? You see if the camera's in focus?
No. I was making a poking stick. You're good.
As you can see, the primer is still as round as can possibly be. There is a black line around the brass. Actually, that's just steel. It's all steel, but steel. That was there whenever before we shot it. That was already there.
Alrighty, we'll see what load he chooses next, then we'll go down and look at both of them.
Well, my next one is top tier 10 gauge. Still Browning BPS 10, obviously. Again, Indian Creek 690. This one is a new prime Shadot hull with 45 grains of little gun, TPS, 4-pedal, 3/4 cut. Then it's just straight 3 ounces of nickel-plated number 6 shot and original buffer. This one has a roll crimp on it.
He's shooting a red-headed turkey down there.
Yep. I'll probably have to drop the sled.
Stand that thing back up again.
Wait, something's wrong here. Yep, there it is.
Put the gun straight back up in the air real quick. That thing's got a brake that's ported really well, and my monster's right beside of it.
Oh, yeah.
It'd have probably knocked it over. I'm surprised the 835 didn't. Just to be honest. But we're ready when you're ready, sir.
All right, here we go.
I watched that wad slide through its head like a laser beam. That's hilarious.
And of course, this looks just fine. We have fired, I don't even know how many of these 3-ounce loads. Too many to count.
A plethora. Looks great.
I hope that
see how
did
these
well.
two patterned. Well, I may not have beat the Longbeard, but I sure as the heck tied it. We'll see when we lay them side by side. Tyler, also with 3 ounces of lead, has a very, very few outside of the board. There's another extremely good pattern. But there's a reason why we chose our 4 favorites for this video.
Yeah, see, this 3-ounce load right here, a lot of you guys have told me you've tried it, and you can't get it to pattern good. My advice to you is pick up an Indian Creek 690, because that pattern right there is the size of a basketball. Almost all of that shot, 95% of it, is on that turkey paper. You can see behind the target, the board is very, very chewed up.
And if you look at, oh man, try not to rip them.
Now, of course, the Longbeard was here too, and the 2.5-10 was there, but still, look at the back of the paper. Now, we are only at 30 yards, keep that in mind, but still, all of these so far are very, very capable and well out to 40.
Can you tell the difference between a 2.25 ounce load and a 3 ounce?
I can see a big difference.
The density's way better on this one.
Shot size is different too.
Yeah. This was 6 and
that's straight 6s, that's 6 and 4.
Yeah.
But dang near the entire payload of that 3 ounces is on that, and almost all of his is on there too.
And that's the one that's loaded wrong.
Yeah, it's loaded wrong. Factory, not really factory per se, but everybody keeps saying you need the smaller shot on bottom. No, for us,
you don't need to separate the shot column, and
yeah, for us, the bigger shot on the bottom pattern's better. And I don't know what it is, but the 835 and that combo he does right there with just the fiber cushion wads, match made in heaven.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's conventionally loaded, where everything else we've shot today's had wads.
Yes.
That is conventional.
Does just as well as the
fiber cushion X12X. It's 2 ounce and 1/8 loads flying at the same time, essentially, the way it's loaded. They're separated with fiber cushion and everything, the 1 ounce and 1/8.
Yep. He came up with that out of his own brain. There's one left. It's the 20 gauge. You want to stick it in the middle or
Yeah,
just?
I'm going to stick it right here where there's not very much so we
Good
can see.
idea.
It's only 1.1 ounce payload. It'll be the lightest one yet, but I really like this turkey load. I've got a buddy. It's not my personal go-to, but I've got a friend that has an old Charles Daly that loves turkey hunting, and he asked me to make him some shells. So this is what I come up with for him back a year or two ago, and I know for a fact that they've rolled heads.
Yep. And this gun, it's a fixed choke, but it's a 575 diameter choke. So you know what that means? It is a turkey gun. That's the same diameter as a lot of 20 gauge turkey chokes.
And the gun in question is my dirt cheap Noble Schlock. Look
Its
at
name is
that.
Granny.
Its name is Granny.
Show us the action again. I was looking at the muzzle. It's smooth as butter.
At the time this thing was made, it was literally the cheapest 20 gauge shotgun you could go buy off the shelf. Single shots were more expensive than this stupid thing. But
It's hate to say it, but it's not a very good gun.
that's what makes it a great gun.
It's clunky as can be.
It's
but
clunky,
it has
but
charm.
Smooth.
It's charm and it's smooth. It has charm and it's smooth.
This is another one of them heirloom guns.
I missed.
Grab this last turkey. What color is he? I can't remember. What color is he?
Green.
Oh, Mr. Green Hat.
You were barely in frame.
Huh?
You were just barely in frame.
Old Mr. Green Hat.
Yep.
That's the last one. We'll shoot him with a 20 gauge.
There's a couple old guys way up on the, well, not way up, but on the hillside over there. They're rabbit hunting with their dogs.
They got a couple beagles. They just got quiet, but them things got some mouths on them, let me tell you.
Yeah. They're wearing, hunter orange, but can't see them.
They're behind. Let's see here where my finger is. There's a draw that comes up right here, a ridge that comes down the finger that comes down the ridge right there. They're back in behind it in the valley.
Yeah. Rabbit hunting. I ain't done that since I was 12, 13.
Something like that. They're looking with a 22 pistol.
Yeah, other than my 22. That was with a short, too. I tell you what happened. Me and Josh were riding over to his mama's, which is, past this hill right here. And he saw a rabbit in the field. And he was like, I bet you can't pop that with that 22. It was about 25 yards out, 25, and I popped it with a 22 short, headshot, and it was tasty.
It was. Are we ready?
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
Alrighty, guys. Let's see how this little jewel does. It is 19 grains of HS6 with a TPS wad, 4-pedal full cut, 1/8 inch fiber cushion wad, 1 1/8 ounce of copper plated number 6 and original buffer through this old Noble, aka Granny.
Yep. Speaking of that TPS wad, it's actually just an LBC, low bore contact wad. I don't know why BPI calls it the TPS. But anyway, smack that turkey.
I'm working on it, sir. I forgot about having the fiber optics on the front of this one.
Yeah.
Cheap shotgun with a good bead.
I don't remember where this gun hits.
I don't either, but it's double beaded, so I'm just aiming at the little dangly thing. Are you ready?
Yeah. I see the wad.
It looked like it's flying right and true with his little dangly thing.
That also had a really loud, sharp crack, just like long shot.
Oh, God, I love that powder. It's one of my favorites.
Let me see the hull real quick.
The
I
old
can barely.
HS6.
Phone screen's dark. Can barely see it. Primer looks beautifully round. Nothing wrong with the hull at all. And yes, this is 20 gauge. You can see right there. It just happens to be a clear hull. You don't see those that often.
Right.
I have red ones too, and green. Anyway,
Take it back. How's it look?
I'm gonna say it looks pretty dang good.
Me too.
It's rolling.
Well, alrighty, guys. Never mind on that one. Usually that one does really well. I don't know what happened there.
I don't either. That one does usually do really well.
Then again, that could just be the 1/8 ounce.
It
No.
could be.
I don't know. It didn't do very well. I'd have killed turkey. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it does a lot better than that usually. Don't know what happened.
Yeah, usually it's softball at this for.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. Oh well.
Not quite a softball, but
Soccer ball, anyways.
it's about on par with these. Just less dense because it's a lot less shot.
And once again, this is why I don't play with 20 all that much.
Me too.
I like 20 gauge. So, I like shooting clays with it. I'll put it that way.
All right, so got a challenge for you. Take my 22.
Yeah.
Pick you a point of aim, one of its eyes. We'll see who can make the better group.
Gotcha.
Offhand.
Offhand?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
I'll lose.
We're rolling. Hand this over this way. There you go.
Alrighty, guys. I'm going to aim for the buckle on this guy's hat. Let's see what it is. It's cold out here. You can see my breath.
Alright, so that is a Remington 572 Fieldmaster with CCI stingers, and it just has a Bushnell rimfire scope. I don't know what power it is. It's low.
Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready. I love that gun. I don't know how accurate stingers are.
I don't know.
First time ever putting stingers on paper.
Is that all?
I think you have
No,
one
I
there.
got one more.
Don't say how you did. We'll let them know when we know.
Right. Alrighty, guys. He's going to load 5 up. I think he's going to shoot it in the throat. That way we make sure our patterns ain't overlapping.
I rightly don't know where I'm going to shoot it just yet. But Josh says I might need to aim at the little dangly thing to keep the groups farther apart.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see here. Tubular magazine. Gotta love them.
Yep.
Get down there.
Things like a slightly slow cousin to my 742.
Yeah, it's the spring in that, not the spring, but the whatever you call it, is tight. A lot tighter than it needs to be.
Mag tube.
Sorta, yeah. Man, this scope is not very clear.
It's hazy when you zoom in all the way.
Alright, let's see. I guess I'll aim for his right eyeball. We know we're in a lead sled and it's kind of cheating, but still, there's a lot of, you gotta do your own work too. It is not 100% stable. And this is going to be hard. That is not clear.
No, it's not clear at all. It made it a pain in the butt.
Last time we shot this, the scope was clear. I think it's just got grease or something on it. Should have checked first.
So it's covered in chicken fat.
Could be.
Hold fire.
Alrighty. Is Ollie? Yeah, Ollie. I see him.
Continue on.
Good thing he crossed over right then.
I was watching him.
I can't see my group at all. I can't see Josh's either.
I couldn't see mine other than the two that's in the white. I'll go ahead and spill that information.
You know what's crazy? That scope just cleared up. It's crystal clear now.
Really?
It has to just be a temperature thing outside. Hazy.
Yeah.
Is that all of them?
Busted
Nope.
it. That was all the gas leaking out.
What? I heard something about gas leaking out. What'd you say?
I said the recoil busted it. That's all the gas leaking out.
Oh. Alright, well, if this gun's any accurate, those should be good groups.
We're going to see. Then I've got one there, one way up here, and 3 right there.
Yep, mine's right here. 4-shot group there with 1,
3, 4, 5 for his.
One a little bit of a flyer. I was aiming at the right eyeball right here. I guess it's his left.
Yeah. I was aiming center of the buckle. And I managed to put 3 right here, and then 4 and 5.
Well, I feel like we could have done better. That gun's accurate. I meant to say accurate with these. It seems the gun doesn't really like the stingers all that well. Who knows?
But let's walk down here and lay all these turkeys out.
All right.
Well, alrighty, guys. We've got the first pattern with the long beard, our control. And then this one is what, Mr. Tyler?
That was 2.5 ounces of 6s and 4s.
This one was 2 1/4 ounces of 6s and 4s. That one is 3 ounces of sixes.
Yep.
That one was 1 ounce and 1/8 of sixes.
All right,
20 gauge, 10, 12, 10, 12.
yeah.
But we'll flip them over. I just figured we'd appreciate the artwork one more time.
Right.
We'll slide this back and we'll flip them over, and you can see the pattern density a lot better through the backs of them without all the.
Oh man, that blew off the table.
That's okay.
Need the 835 to hold him down.
Yeah, I'll slide it back here in a second.
I might just edit this out while we're, I won't. It doesn't matter. All right, so holy, come on now.
Longbeard does not want to cooperate.
The Longbeard's like, I'm too good for the rest of them.
That's the sad part, Mr. Longbeard.
You're really not.
No, not compared to what we have laying here.
There you go.
Anyways, actually that'll work better. So, our control, the Longbeard, that's what we're trying to achieve, at least that.
And it's really good.
Well, there's his first attempt at it.
Oh, by the way, we were at 30 yards, not 25.
Yeah.
Anyway, honestly, guys, I feel like mine's a little bit better. It's not centered up, but the density is, well, it's just as good. At least it looks like. Maybe a little bit worse, but still, it's more shot anyway.
This one's the one that really stands out to me.
Yes.
That is a conventionally loaded duplex. And if you take this one, and we'll slide it over here beside that, if that was centered up on the paper, it'd be just as well as that conventionally loaded for a fraction of the price.
Yeah.
Very little components to use. It's literally X12X, and if you have X12X and fiber cushions and a little bit of blue dot, you can load this load yourself very simply.
A little bit of buffer.
That's not even needed. I've loaded a bunch without buffer even.
The density on this is dang near just as good as the Longbeard.
That's 4s and 6s.
Yeah, it's 4s and 6s.
That's straight 4s.
Yeah.
You can see where the 6s come in to fill in a little better. That's what I like about them.
Those being 4s, that is really, really good for 4s. Usually those are not nearly as dense as 6s. So that's really saying something. The Longbeard is an incredible shell.
All right, guys. I'll tell you what. Y'all pick. Starting this way, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave it in the comments below. Which one do you think is the best pattern?
I'll tell you which one's the best for me. That.
That is 3 ounces from a 10 gauge.
That is, there's no arguing that density is better than the Longbeard.
We'll move it over here beside the Longbeard like we have been.
Yeah, there's nobody on this planet that'll say that's worse than the Longbeard. That's better. Maybe the pattern's a little bit bigger, but the density is...
It's got the pellet and count to make up for the extra density, the extra spread.
The density is twice as good as the Longbeard.
Right. Alrighty. And then finally, this one was a fluke, and I'm kind of glad it happened, really.
We have fired this at 50 yards up on the really high range, way up on the hill. And at 50 yards, that had a 20 by 21 inch pattern.
Right.
Just for reference there.
Right. This one, the last one here, I changed a few things. On all honesty, that's what happened there. A few subtle things, and I shouldn't have, and it come back and bit me. But that's okay. It gives us really a bad pattern to show how good these patterns actually are.
It's a bad turkey pattern, but a good squirrel and rabbit pattern.
Right, but that just goes to show, though. So like I said, 1 through 5. We'll start 1's Longbeard, 2's ties. Anyways, 1 through 5 in the order they're going now. I'll know which one it is, and he will too. Which one do y'all think? Which would you pick? Some people like tighter patterns, or some people like a little wider patterns. I'm just curious, guys.
I like super dense patterns that aren't the size of a baseball at 20 yards.
I like taking into account component use and everything else is why I am so particular. Anytime I've got to choose my favorite turkey load, it is that. Granted, is it the best on the table? No, it is not the best on the table, and I can admit that. But for what it is loaded with, to me anyways, for the best bet and the cheapest on my pocketbook, that one wins every day of the week.
Yeah, that's a really, really good load for having no wad. It's not put together like a turkey load at all. No. And it patterns just as good, well, almost just as good as the legitimate turkey loads.
It's right on par with them anyways.
Yeah. And that's all from Josh's own brain.
Scary, ain't it?
Okay, so Josh wasn't happy with his 20 gauge pattern, so he walked up to the house and put together another one, exactly how he always does it. This is a federal haul with 23...
Data there is secret, though.
Is your mic on?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let me make sure.
Did you say it's a secret?
The data on how this one is put together in specifics, yes, is a secret.
Okay, so we're not going to share the data, I suppose.
Sorry, guys.
I think he's doing that because it's actually a 3-inch. It's 3-inch data, but it fits in 2 3/4. So I suppose
Like I
he's
said,
right. We probably shouldn't give that one out. But anyway,
I'm not afraid, but I'm not an advocate of stuff like this, like
right.
showing and print or yeah. Basically,
I
I don't want to tell you what this is for
I just
safety
explained that.
reasons if I don't want somebody else to make my creation, so to speak, and have very bad results. Maybe.
I just explained that this is 3-inch data in 2 3/4. That's probably why he doesn't want to share it.
Yeah, I ain't. This is different. This is.
It fits in 2 3/4 perfect. Yet it's 3-inch data. I think the 3-inch is using a nitro card underneath the wad to bring up stack height. Anyway, my phone screen went dark again, so I gotta restart it. I mean restart the clip.
Oh yes.
All right, you're rolling. That's
Well,
pointed at the sky.
yeah. Alrighty, guys. Let me get this thing drop down here. We'll see if we can't smack that dangly thing off its face.
Why was it pointed so high? The last gun we shot in that. Oh no, it was 22. Never mind.
Yep.
See, we're doing this after we filmed the 22 part of this video, which you guys will see here in a second. But we just shot 22 for, whatever there. I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, that one rocked the paper pretty hard, and the wad bounced off of it. I'm pretty sure that's going to pattern a lot better.
Oh, come on. You
Did you
never
resize
stick.
that? You didn't resize that hole.
I did.
You did?
Yeah. There's no pressure marks. Like I said, I got to find a stick I can knock it out with now. That's the problem with this gun, per se, when you start. Dang it. Oh, well.
Well, I know where a piece of rebar is.
No. I refuse to do that again.
All right, 1 second, guys.
I got one right here.
Okay, never mind. Well, yeah, if you guys have been watching us a while, you know this gun has extraction problems. Once again, it needs a new extractor, just like the 835.
Nothing new.
We're just too lazy and cheap to replace our gun parts.
If I could get that crooked stick to go down the barrel without mauling my hand. Good golly.
1 second, guys.
Alrighty, guys. Other than me looking in the receiver, which you all see me do that on camera, I ain't pulled it out yet, so y'all get to see it with me.
It looks just fine. Here,
Nothing.
hold on. So if I can slide that forward a little bit. All right. The extractor in this thing is so weak. No, actually, that's not moving.
It's not weak.
No, it's not weak.
It slipped off the brass.
I guess so.
It does that occasionally. That's all it is. Which it might not be so much it's weak. You can look at the front side of the fingers. It's stamped steel, and it is war. I don't know how well y'all gonna be able to see that, but the inside of it is war.
Oh, it doesn't even have much of a ledge anymore.
Right. It ain't a spring problem. It's war. You can see where it slides off the brass too.
Yeah, let me see that hole real quick. Yep.
It's got a slight lip there. And maybe a slight bubble there at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's a bubble.
It is a bubble. But it's right where the friggin' that is unsupported there. Oh no, that's not. I don't know.
Let me see the chamber real quick.
Ah, bubble. See?
Yep, there it is.
Right there on the chamber.
There's a giant bubble right. I can hold this thing still. Right there. Big bubble. That's what's letting it bubble out.
Yeah, that ain't pressure though. It does that with everything. I wish I had a factory now.
I wish this camera would focus.
Let's go see how this piece of junk patterned though.
All right.
I don't know.
It's better. It's not a lot better, but it is better. I don't know what's going on
I've got
here.
a lot more in the throat now right here. I don't know.
Like we were saying, usually these pattern a lot better. But
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I've definitely got a whole heck of a lot more pellets on paper.
yeah, for sure. You can still see it.
I wonder what our normal patterning board looks like though.
Yeah, I'd say it's caught some holes.
That's some big stiff cardboard there though. Maybe it caught them. It looks like it did.
I don't see any longbeard pattern over here, so it must have hit the ground or carried off that way.
Look at that though.
Yep.
Hard lead.
That's quite a number of holes. They pass through cardboard, and there's still incredible density over here. I think that's just 2 shells worth.
Right. I still like that.
Yeah, that's 30-06 group. right there.
Just poke the center of that one. But that's all this 3-holes there.
All right.
Some
Well,
pumpkins from our last special.
let's mag dump some 3.5.
Well, guys, according to Mr. Tyler here, we've had so many good turkey loads today that we're just going to go ahead and waste these bad ones. What are these bad ones?
Remington Nacho Turkey.
Imagine
They're not bad. They're just really bad for 40 yards. For 20, well, solid option.
So it's funny. We're going to waste some bad ones in their factories.
All right, here we go. Hopefully the gun doesn't misfire.
Hopefully the Remington don't blow up.
Why?
Of course.
It didn't extract.
Here.
All right, poke it out.
Oh, that choke is... Oh, it wasn't even stuck. Look at that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The extractor's too weak in this thing. And now the hull is... There we go.
Junk.
I really wanted to mag dump these.
Well, good. It'll go.
Maybe.
It'll go. Just be a little friendlier. Talk nice to it. Sorry, guys. And quit short shucking it.
I'm not short shucking it.
Oh.
It's stuck in the chamber again. Why? Why are you doing this to us? We love you. Now it comes out.
Did it?
Alright, here we go again. I got 2 shells left. It came out. Nope, did it again.
Hey, man. Watch this.
Stick, please.
Hold
Wow.
your finger on it. That's all it is.
I guess so.
I held my finger on it and it come right out.
I'll give that a go then. Didn't need to.
It might have had something stuck behind it.
It could. Alright, give it a go. Let's see if it'll work for you. It is your gun.
I wouldn't say it's my gun.
Well, no, it's technically mine, but it just lives out here. I don't need it.
It does live here. For a long time before we started having a bunch of feed issues with it, this was my bump in the night gun.
Yes.
And yes, it was loaded with 3.5s and a turkey choke.
It's sad because that 835 right there has been just utterly reliable for 4 years, and now you just pooped out a factory.
I know.
I mean, it's still loaded. Oh well.
Watch. Finger. Oh, it did
Nope.
good on that one.
It needs a tune-up. Poor
I got through a
gun.
couple of them.
You can't say it's not been well loved. Alright, there you go.
I don't know what it is. I like it though. Still.
It's had a good life. I mean, it'll keep going once we get it fixed, but still, you know what I mean.
It needs a tune-up, like a car or anything else.
That poor gun right there has ate a lot of food. And most of it's been 3.5 inch.
What it needs is every spring in it replaced.
Yes.
They've
And
just
probably a
cycled
firing
so
pin.
many times they've lost tension.
Probably needs a firing pin too.
We might as well just put new firing pin and all in it.
Replace the bolt and trigger group.
No. Well, we could. At that point, we might as well just get another one and hang that one on the wall.
I'm not hanging out in the wall. That gun's too good. Alright, Josh, what are you thankful for? I know what I'm thankful for.
Well, you started out. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for all you guys watching this.
Me too.
Thankful to still be in relatively good health. Almost 30 years old now. Close this video out with a shot of scotch. I don't even know.
I don't really participate in liquid encouragement, but I'll take a hit with you, friend.
I don't either usually, but whiskey's good around Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Right. But I'm thankful for just being alive in general. All my family's healthy. Got plenty of food and wood, and
yeah,
seems like we're set. Got all my Christmas shopping done. Just thankful.
We ain't even started yet in Christmas shopping.
Yeah, I got lucky. I ran into a decent little payday there, and I was just like, all right, we'll go ahead and dump all this right here in one fell swoop and be done with it.
Pretty good paying job Josh has being a painter. That's why his pants are always so dirty. I'm
like
not even sure if you guys can see him right now, but
nope, I like painting. It's fun. I'm a commercial painter. We paint everything though, from structural steel to houses. It don't matter. If you hold it still, we'll spray it.
You want to shout out the company?
No.
No? Really?
No, I ain't gonna shout out the company. I don't know if we're strictly word of mouth usually,
Yeah,
generally speaking, because
yeah,
it's only me and one other feller. So if it gets too hectic, then I just never have a break. So
that's true.
it's me and a boy I went to high school with. His dad started a painting company, and his dad turned it over to him. And up until my youngest was born, anyways, I worked 5 6 days a week with him, and then I took a couple years siesta.
Siesta.
Yes, just until my youngest was old enough to start daycare. Now I'm back to full time painting again.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, guys, this has been a really, really fun video. We always love doing turkey loads. They are so much fun. Just seeing how they pattern, coming up with whatever you can. Make sure it's a good, as good as you can possibly be. But other than that,
thanks for watching.
thanks for
We
watching.
appreciate it. Best wishes to all your family. Hope you all stay safe during the holiday season. Don't
For
eat
sure.
too much, and if you do eat too much, you deserve it.
Unbuckle your belt, sit on the couch.
Right. Watch some football, but until next time.
Cue outro. I got it this time. I forgot. Forgot what we were saying, or the outro. It was cue outro. Anyway, see ya.